Hello students, now the topic is Basic Accounting Terminologies Part 1. Now listen to this video and understand the topic clearly. Now, accounting is a language of the business. We are going to use certain terms in that language. The following are the terms which we are going to use. The term number 1 is transaction, an activity which involves a transfer of goods and services from one person to other person is a transaction. For example, let us say employer paid salary to the employee rupees 10,000. So the involvement between the employer and employee. The transaction takes place between the employer and employee. So this says as a transaction. Now the transaction which classifies as cash transaction, the first category. In cash transaction, it completely deals with the cash items, that is cash receipts and cash payments. For example, goods sold for cash. Goods sold for cash, rupees 10,000. So this is a cash receipt. Similarly, goods purchased for cash, rupees 5,000. That is the cash payment. This says as a cash transaction. Then next comes bank transaction. It deals with all the banking aspects. For example, cash paid into bank, rupees 10,000. Similarly, the cash which has been withdrawn from the bank, rupees 5,000. So the bank is involved. So we say it as a bank transaction. The next term we say as a credit transaction. In this, there won't be any immediate cash payments or cash receipts, but they promise us to pay in future. That is a credit transaction. For example, sold goods to Mr. Mohan, rupees 10,000. Here the Mohan is supposed to pay to his seller rupees 10,000. He promises to pay in future. That says the credit transaction. Then next, second point, we say it account. Second term which we are going to use is account. Account is a basic unit of measurement of accounting. You say the account may be an individual account or expense account or income account, individual person account. For example, RAM account, rent account, salary account. The account will be in the shape of T. Account will be in the shape of T. The next say capital. The proprietor or owner of the business who invests the money in a business, it is a capital. For example, Mr. Mohan started the business with the rupees 1 lakh. So his investment, his capital says 1 lakh. So that says as a capital. Next, drawings. The amount which has been withdrawn for a personal use. The owner or a proprietor, he withdraws the amount for his personal use. It is called as a drawings. For example, Mr. A, he is a furniture merchant. He has his furniture shop, but he collects his furniture material like chairs and tables for personal use. So that says as a drawings. Then next term we say it as a voucher. Voucher is in the support of the business transactions. For example, bank pay-in slip. If a customer wants to pay the cash in the bank, along with the cash or a check, he can use the pay-in slip. the banker will assign the pay-in slip and counterfoil will be written back to the customer. Invoice. Invoice is a statement which is prepared by the seller. And the seller which says in this the detailed description about the products, about the goods. For example, Mr. A sells the pens for rupees 10,000. The cost of each pen is 10 rupees. The quantity, rate per unit, the total amount, the detailed description, the product. Mr. A sells the product pens. The name of the product is pens. The quantity, what's the quantity? How much quantity he sells? 1,000. Rate per unit, each pen cost is 10 rupees. What is the total value? The quantity is 1,000. Per unit of that pen is 10 rupees. The total is 10,000. If the seller provides any discount, say as a 10%, he provided the discount for the customer. So you have to calculate from 10,000, you have to calculate 10% of the discount. And what is the net balance? That net balance will be given in the invoice statement. In 10,000, 10%, say 1,000. So 9,000 rupees the customer is supposed to pay to the seller. So this says as an invoice. Then next is goods. Goods in the sense the commodities, the products, the things, that is called as the goods. For example, Mr. A is started a business and he is a furniture merchant. What are his goods? His goods will be the furniture. Then next is purchases. Purchases in the sense it is meant to intention to resell the products. That says as a purchases. For example, you have in this cash purchases, credit purchases. The main intention of this purchases is to resell the products to the buyer. That says as a purchases. Now, the next we are going to learn the further about the purchase returns, sales returns, all these topics in terminologies, the second part. If you like this video, subscribe to it and share to your friends. Thank you.